Hey guys, and welcome to Gwent, the Witcher card game. My name is Jaggerus, and today I have an updated Scoia'spell deck for you guys, or Scoia'tael, whatever you want to call it, but this is my kind of updated version for the current meta. And Gold Weather is a little bit less popular now because of the buff to First Light. First Light now obviously allows you to heal units with Clear Skies. Clear Skies, you now see it heals damaged units, so a little bit less useful, and as such we've gone down to 1 Gold Weather. We have Drought now, no Ragnarok, and then I've added Ciri. Now some people like to run Renew and Roll Decree in this deck, some people like to run, I think I've seen Saskia's before, you know, it's kind of up to you what you run, but I quite like Ciri because we took out Yavin, and this allows us to kind of maintain card advantage should we want it, through playing her, and because locks are much less prevalent in the meta now, I feel like Ciri is quite a safe option, and we are running Kieran, so if she does get locked, we can always unlock her. But I think this is kind of an interesting play because people don't expect it. So often you can also bait out their locks onto your Farseers, for example. Anyway, so that's what we've done in terms of the gold changes. We still have a Glace, and we still have Ithleen, which allows us to play a bronze spell or weather card from our deck twice. So, in terms of our spells, we have Stammelford Tremors, which is really good against Swarm, Dagon, which is quite common. We have a couple Alzur's Thunders, which are good, and we have our Quen, which we can use to protect our Protectors. We're going to protect the Protectors, and our Farseers if we play that with Ithleen. We have 1 First Light, just in case of weather as well, and also we can always use that to rally, so that's not too bad. And I have a Lacerate, which is really good against Skellige at the moment, because they are prone to row stacking. Then in terms of our silvers, I'm running Alza's Double Cross, which we can use to find the highest unit in our deck. We've also got Marching Orders, we can use that to find the lowest unit on our deck, so these are going to be thinning to try and find either Elven Mercs or basically units. I have Nature's Gift, which I can use to target draw a special card. Then I've got Artifact Compression, transform a bronze or silver unit into a Jade figurine, and I have Manticore Venom, damage a unit by 12. And this is good because it outright kills units, so this is becoming quite favoured in the meta against things like Ekamaras, because if you can just straight kill an Ekamara, you know, that's really, really useful. And I like to run Kieran. This is kind of your flex slot, really. I like to run Kieran, even though he's not a special card. I know some people like to run crazy things such as Necromancy, such that you can do some Graveyard Grief. It's very good against Skellige, but, you know, it's maybe less useful against other factions, so potentially, you know, I prefer to run Kieran because Kieran seems to be all-round useful. Alternatively, you know, some people like to run Last Wish, I believe, and you could also run Yavin, I suppose. Anyway, guys, without further ado, I'm going to jump into a game, and I'll showcase this deck in action for you guys.
Up and at 'em, lazy mingers! You'll sleep when you're dead!
Humans have no place in Broccolon.
Okay, so up against Harold the Cripple, which basically means Axeman, which is a very strange choice, to be honest. You don't see a lot of Axeman. We are going to expect weather, though, if he's running Axeman. We have a lot of special cards in our hand. Ithleen, a Farseer, Manticore Venom, Alza's Double Cross. We need to actually find a Protector into our hand here. Lacerate, Quen, First Light. We can probably mulligan the Lacerate for now. There's another Farseer. And the Stammelford's Tremors. There's a Protector, which is what we were trying to find. And then potentially we mulligan the Quen just because I can use it with Ithleen, for example. And then I can protect my units, which is quite useful. So I think we'll do that. And we got Ciri, which is nice. So our opponent is going first.
Scars are all the trophies I need.
And he's played a veteran, so he buffed all his Tuir Sec units. We are going to play... This is a low tempo play, though. But then we're going second, so this is actually okay if we do this. I was going to say we're going to play Ithleen and then Quen our units. I think this is smart. So we'll play this.
When the white frost comes, do not
into the Quen, on the Protector, and on the Farseer. And some people do like to just dry pass this first round, but because I'm running Ciri, I don't really want to go straight into a dry pass situation. And then he's passed. So, as it is, like, we can just use an Alza's Thunder and win the round. And we have Ciri for the next round, so I can regain card advantage. So I'm kind of okay with this, and then we play a long round, which he doesn't want us to do. So we'll just pop the Alza's Thunder there. We win on 1 card down, but we have Ciri to regain the advantage, which we can play quite late in the round. So I'm feeling fairly kind of confident here. And we haven't invested any Farseers into this round, so that's really good, because then we can start getting these buffed up as we play spells. So we drew Nature's Gift, which we can use to find Marching Orders and Artifact Compression, and we drew Tremors. I think we can probably afford to mulligan Tremors again into a Lacerate. You know, it would have been nice to see more gold cards, but sometimes that's just kind of the way it works. So we're going first, so we'll open with a Farseer.
Not afraid. You should be.
And we're basically going to be looking to drain him this round. So we're going to wait and see what he plays. Like I said, Kieran would have been nice, and Artifact Compression would have been nice, because we can use that to get rid of his Axeman. But we can actually target draw a Artifact Compression with Nature's Gift. So it's probably just straight worthwhile doing that. The issue is I also want to play Mother Farseer. So we can actually afford to wait one turn while we do this, because what we're going to be doing is... I've got Clear Skies, so we'll just get rid of that. He's popped both of our shields, but it's kind of annoying, but it's fine. So we'll Clear Skies. And we can always replay Clear Skies with Ethne. We have that option as well. We didn't actually pull any Elven Mercs. Lugos into damage. That's got 1 health. That's kind of annoying. I don't really want him to kill it. We can... Let me see, 8, 9, 10. I think we'd probably want to go for the Artifact Compression now. It means he can't resurrect them, and if he has no more in hand, that means, you know, he's kind of scuppered in that regard. So I think we probably want to go for that. So Nature's Gift. Into... Marching Orders would pull us a Elven Merc, which you could use to thin, but we'll go Artifact Compression, and we'll do that. And we can actually replay the Artifact Compression with Ethne, so I'm not really too worried about his Axeman, because I can just turn them all into little figurines. So he's not really going to get the synergy that he wants out of them, which is really good for us. There's the Harpooner. So he's going to be stacking that row. This is kind of fine, to be honest. I'm not hugely concerned here. Potentially we just Elza's Thunder for 7. These guys get buffed, this gets buffed. Let's do that. So I guess he doesn't have any more Axemen, else he would have played them. Like, I feel like if he had Axemen, he would have played Axemen, right? And we are still ahead of him here, which is quite nice. And if he had a lock, I feel like he would have locked one of these. So we can resurrect... I'm thinking the best way to kill this, because he does damage every turn, so we probably want to kill him. We can resurrect a Alzur's Thunder. Or we could Manticore Venom. It feels like a bit of a waste of a Manticore Venom, because we can use that to kill an Axeman. But if we resurrect Alzur's Thunder, we... I'm trying to think how to phrase this. If we resurrect Alzur's Thunder, we can't then resurrect Artifact Compression. So that's our kind of primary issue with that play.
Humans have no place in
Ultimately, though, I think it's probably fine. Let me see what else is in the deck. Samolfur's Tremors. Marching Orders. So we'll just kill him. It just seems to be the way it is. Like, what we could have done there is pulled, you know, Resurrected Nature's Gift into Marching Orders, into Elven Merc, into a special card, and that would have super thinned our deck. And those are the kind of options that you have. As it is, though, yeah, and then out comes the Axeman. We can kill him, so I'm not too worried about him in that regard. I'm wondering if it's probably not worth lacerating yet. He's probably going to pull my Ciri to the front row if I play her at the moment, so I think we're probably safer not. We could lacerate, we could pull a Protector and just have the points of the Protector. That's potentially a worthwhile play. It also thins our deck and buffs these two, and we don't necessarily need that many units for the final round. Let's do that. There is a Protector. And you can see them all getting buffed there. And because I pulled that with Alzur's, it got buffed. The thing is, he might coral me. Rain. Rain is an interesting choice. The thing is, I wanna let this get a little bit buffed before I look to Manticore it, but as things currently stand, we're probably okay just to do it and get rid of it. I also need to figure out when I want to play Ciri and when I want to play Ciri and when I want to play Lacerate, and whether I actually want to play those this turn.
Bow before
There's the Resurrect. So we expected that, but if we can force him to resurrect things now, that's actually quite good for us, because what it means is that he's going to have a bit of a tricky time. So we'll play Ciri now, and then we'll probably pass. We are 22 points up. And the thing is, now he feels like he has to deal with our Ciri. So he's in a bit of an awkward spot. We're still plenty of points ahead. So let's just pass here. We can mulligan the Lacerate for something better, because we're not gonna have very stacked rows. Spores. What are you resetting? He's resetting that one. Okay, so he's ahead now by 1. Well, by 2. But he only has 2 cards. And Axeman doesn't really do very well with 2 cards. We have a Protector, we get Ciri back, and we have the Lacerate. So this is the point of the Ciri here, is now we're going to pull her back. And gives her some carryover. Or we could just mulligan her. Tremors is not very useful. I think Lacerate's probably more useful than Tremors. This is going to pull me Tremors. We've drawn super awkwardly here. I'm just going to put that one out there. Like, our draws for this round have been crazy awkward. Because we didn't really get to chain thin with the Elven Mercs, for example.
We shall do it my way.
There's Skellige Storm.
Have strength, my
So now we play the Tremors. It's not a great play. That was not a great play. Although it does actually kill the Protector, so then you get the 6, which is kind of why it's quite useful. How many points do I need? I'm gonna take 2. This is gonna die. Is this gonna be a tie? I think this is a tie.
Dol'Blathanna!
Yeah, it's a tie. Oh dear. Sometimes it's oh no wait, he gets buffed. It's not a tie. It's not a tie. Special cards for the win. We win by 1. It's all good. It's all good. That was a really awkward draw. You also saw the power of the Tremors there, killing the Farseer. I always forget, not the Farseer, the thing that I played it with. What's she called? Mercenary? I think she's called a Mercenary. That's kind of why Tremors is really fun in this deck as well, because it's also really good against Swarm, and you can also turn it into like a 6-point play. As it is, we won by 1 point, so that was fun. But that's just a case of knowing your matchup and knowing that he wanted long rounds. And then just kind of bleeding him in the second round, which was quite good. Or even though we got kind of awkward draw. Anyway, I'll jump into another game and I'll showcase this deck in action again.
Mead! More mead!
I respect nothing human.
Okay, so we are up against King Bran, and King Bran is really common in this kind of situation. We have in our hand a Glace, Ciri, Kieran, Farseer, 2 Protectors, Elven Merc, Manticle Venom, Marching Orders, and Drought. We could probably get rid of 1 Protector here quite safely. Into the First Light we're not going to need because they don't play Weather. Into an Alzur's Thunder is alright, but we can find it again later, so potentially we mulligan that as well. Into Alzur's Double Cross. Okay, so we have a lot of kind of options for drawing cards here. Now, this matchup, you know, we have double artifact compression with Ithne, and, you know, with target drawing it with Nature's Gift, although we don't actually have Nature's Gift here. So we have options in terms of that here. You can see here's the graveyard, there's Olgierd, and that's where you'd go for the Graveyard Grief. And we've got the Ceres we can lock with the Kieran. We can just open with Drought. They don't typically run... Well, actually, they run Gremist. So if we open with Drought, he's likely to clear it if he has Gremist in hand. So that's the one thing we have to be kind of aware of, is the Gremist. I think we can play the Farseer here, though, and get her set up such that she's getting points this round.
Sure, no problem.
There's Eskel. Super rude. We can actually target draw another one with Alza's Double Cross. So if we Alza's Double Cross, that should pull a... What are they called? Farseer at the moment, because these haven't been buffed. And because we have Kieran in hand. So we'll do that. And because we played that with a special card, it buffed.
Our world is in harmony.
So he's going to go Ekamara. And this is where Manticore Venom comes in. Because we can basically Manticore Venom the Ekamara and just straight kill it. Which is a nice option, basically. Because then he can't repair it, I suppose. We'll play the Drought for now. Get the Weather out and get that ticking. And get that kind of killing things. We put Dorageri in his graveyard, which is kind of annoying because it means that he can resurrect it with Restore. But as soon as he plays Restore, we can then Glace and use Restore on one of our own units. So it's not a great play for him either. And this tells us he doesn't have Gremist. We know he doesn't have Gremist because he's not played it yet.
Our world is in harmony.
So he's going to go Ekamara and eat. He'll probably stack Rose here. And this is the thing. Now he's stacking Rose, then our Lacerate becomes valuable. So that's why it's kind of nice to have them both. So we can kill one of those. The other thing we can do here is Elven Merc and try and find Stammelford's Tremors. Stammelford's Tremors is quite nice in this situation. We can play Manticore Venom and kill one of his Ekamaras, which is also a nice play. It's kind of, you know, it kind of depends what you want to do here. I think we'll look for a Tremors.
Strength, my love.
We didn't get it. We got First Light or Elsa's Thunder. We can First Light and try and find something that's not a Protector. It's a risky play. That's actually quite good. And there's the Lacerate, which we can use to... We probably want to Lacerate here. We can actually also potentially trigger his Ceres, but that's going to happen anyway. So I think we Lacerate back. And that means that this Ekamara is now, you know, like quite low. And then if we do Manticore this one, we're good. If this dies, it won't pull Ceres. She needs 2 more ticks. So we're in a good spot for when the Ceres does come out that we can lock her. Preferably this turn. So yeah, that's the risk that you have with damaging units and not just straight killing them, is that he can do plays like that, which are kind of irritating. But as we stand, we can also play Manticore Venom. This will do 8 points, then we'll take... Yeah, he's only going to get 10. See, this isn't going to be quite enough points if we do it this way. We can Marching Orders out a... Elven Merc, which will give us Alzas, Quen, or Tremors. So I think we do that, right? Play the Merc. I don't know why I'm row stacking.
Let's enjoy the weather.
We got Tremors or Quen. Do we want a Quen here? Quen is a very low tempo play. I think we want a Tremors. And there we go, now we're ahead. So the Ekamaras are still a bit of a pain. But if he keeps playing into the round, we can obviously kill them. So it's not too much of a pain. The thing is, he really wants this round.
War, my beloved!
That's 2 ticks on that. So we're 8 points down. If we kill an Ekamara, then... we will be ahead. So let's do that. And then you can see how much value we're getting out of Drought here. We are getting huge amounts of value out of Drought, which is nice. We also have a 19-point Farseer, which is probably going to get like coralled, by the way. We kind of expect to see it get coralled. So just be a little bit aware of that. The fact that he's not really done anything about it makes me think that Coral is coming. But he might not have Coral. Similarly, like with Gremist, he didn't have Gremist. So some of this is definitely more situational. But I'm basically trying to force him into a situation where he plays his Resurrects, because he needs 2 more here.
Her who is virgin, mother, and crone.
So Ekamara, what are you going to eat with Ekamara? So we can kill that again. We can Ethne into Manticore Venom.
Expect nothing human.
So let's do that. It's a shame we don't have Artifact Compression, or Nature's Gift to find Artifact Compression, but that's just sometimes how the game works out, basically. We're quite far ahead here. Even if he kills this, you know, we're still pretty far ahead.
I can do it.
There's the Coral. So this is something I expected. I expected to see him play that and turn her into a Jade figurine. Unfortunately, she doesn't actually spawn an Artifact Compression. She just kind of, you know, does that. If we pass, we are going to be ahead. We're going to be ahead by 1. But on the flip side, I think we have to commit this Dol'Blathanna Protector this round. I need to force him to commit Ceres this round, because if I can force the Ceres commit, then, you know, on the next round it's kind of easier. Like, because the thing is, he's going to resurrect Orgid and he's going to resurrect Morkvarg. So I'm going to be in a really awkward spot in the next round. So we really want to win this round. But we do have, you know, Ciri. And we can kind of basically try and bleed him here. He's played a lot of his resurrects.
Needs a good slapping.
A moment. I need to smoke.
Hey, there's Artifact Compression. And Quen. Quen is not really useful anymore, because we've kind of played all of our units. So we'll mulligan the Quen. And there's a Protector, which is nice. So, Artifact Compression. We can Artifact Compression Orgid, and we can lock Ceres. That's probably pretty good. So let's just start with the lock.
Your Vith will guide us.
She is now locked, so she's not going to basically resurrect in the future. And then if he does play something more problematic, we can artifact compression it here. But what we're really trying to do here is just, you know, draw out his cards and kind of bait out his units. That's what we want to do here.
Well, what is it?
So, the question is, do we artifact compression Olgierd? Olgierd's only going to be 3 points on the next turn. So he's not hugely problematic. We've gotten his Lugos, so I don't think he can actually do anything about our Ciri.
Oh, I sense trouble.
I mean, he can, like, harpooner it, but that's not going to kill it. The thing is, he's still going to have the restore play, but he's committed Sigdrifa. You know, he's committed a Priestess. He's committed Doragere. So, if he plays restore, he'll probably restore Doragere into a unit. But then we can Aglace restore.
The Great Mother's grace is boundless.
I think I'm okay just to pass here. This gives us card advantage, because he didn't do anything about Ciri. We have artifact compression, a protector, and a glaze in hand. And because we have card advantage, it means that we can guarantee taking his restore, should he play it. So, you know, it's pretty nice. There's a protector. And we can probably mulligan Ciri here. You know, if we mulligan Ciri, the only bad draw really is Quen. Anything else is pretty good. So let's mulligan Ciri. Nature's Gift. Nature's Gift is basically an Alza's Thunder. That's what that equates to. Which we don't need now. We don't need that now at all.
Bow before modern Freya.
Lugos will be bursting with pride.
That's a chain. The thing is, he can obviously buff his dudes with the armor smiths. So if you're going to Alzur's Thunder something, you want to make sure that you Alzur's Thunder. You want to make sure that you Alzur's Thunder something that dies, basically. So we'll play a protector for now. I'm feeling relatively confident here. If he resurrects a bear, then we can just Nature's Gift Alzur's Thunder the bear.
Gods, not a moment's peace.
So Gremist into probably a... He went Fog? That is weird. You're getting way fewer points out of Fog because of how many turns there have been. Like, he's not getting as much value out of his Fog as he would out of a bear. Which means he probably doesn't have Restore. Which I guess means that he's doing it because of our Aglace, right? I think this is an Aglace strategy. Is this a Restore? If this is not a Restore, we should have played Fog earlier. Let's artifact compression this.
Bow before modern
Ah, so it's
Freya.
not a Restore. That's interesting. Armor Smith's not useful because none of his units are damaged. So I guess we pull Fog with Aglace, which will buff both of these. But it's not the play that we wanted to make. We wanted to take his Restore, but he didn't have Restore. Which is what it is. Come on, that's the best. You know, that's actually no, none of these plays are... The best play is this guy, just because he's worth 8. Cool, so now we play Fog.
Drink this, you'll feel better.
Oh, we could play Lacerate. How many points is Fog going to give us? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. We actually get more points from Lacerate. So let's go with that. He passes, we take Fog damage. We play Nature's Gift. We play Alza's Thunder. We zap him. And that's how you win, you guys. I maybe should have been BM and like zap something to make it as close as possible. But, you know, I'm not going to do that today. And this version of Scoia'tael, or Scoia'spell, is actually really, really good against King Bran. It's pretty consistent in terms of controlling the things that they want to do. So I find personally that it's really good. You could run Necromancy if you find yourself up against them quite often. And because they also, you know, they only have the one weather clear, you could always run a Frost or a Fog or whatever. And then Ithleen, you can basically use her to double play weather. So then you get 2 rows of weather. Or you could just tech in a White Frost, I suppose that's also an option. But this is a deck that I really, really like. And if you guys have enjoyed this video, maybe hit that thumbs up button. Let me know in the comments below how your Scoia'spell deck works out, what changes you'd make. Beyond that, thanks for watching. You can always subscribe to the channel. You can also catch me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Jaggerus, and on Twitter @Jaggerus. Have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!